Hey, here's Joe again, and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem, where we are stuck because there's two puzzles we can't continue with, and I actually had to look up the solution, which is stupid, because apparently with this guy we missed some interactions. No. It said there are more interactions here. There's supposed to be... Oh, fuck. I didn't see this corner down here. Okay. And that's what did everything. That's why we couldn't continue. Because I freaking didn't press the right button again. Great. But I was right on trusting myself that brute forcing can't be the solution. Okay. This portion of the wall has been carved out and bound by straps for terminally delayed transportation and analysis. A grotesque invertebrate mounts its hapless prize. The tip of its insectable head burrowed deeply through a tear in the hazmat suit. Plastic around the tear undulates as hidden horstellum core flesh liquefied by injected toxins while probing mandibles spoon up crumbling meaty porridge.
Oh. Cayne's reign.
Is it... it's still alive?
The creature is, not the poor bastard underneath it.
An unpleasant end.
Maybe you can cut it off him?
That would mean getting close to it.
Okay, can't interact directly. Yep. Start from the bottom. Cut him off it.
This thing's blood. It melted right through the metal.
Cutting it open didn't stop it?
No. It's writhing. It didn't even notice, I'd say.
Very little would stop it. It is a higher form.
Compared to what?
And sample it. Not sample it? Burn it. Put the scrubber in. Place an inventory tag. Torch it. Pretty certain that we're supposed to probe this thing. Can't interact with it. Why? No idea. And we have a PDA down here. Of that guy that's lying right there. Dr. Abdulaziz Al-Kabor. Archaeologist. Dear Mum and Dad, I'm writing to share with you the fantastic news that I have been transferred to a new facility. I'm excited about this opportunity and can't wait to share all the details with you in person. The work I'm doing here is truly groundbreaking, and I'm grateful to be able to make such meaningful contributions to my field. I'm also thrilled to let you know that my superior mentioned the possibility of a bonus leave if I continue to excel in my work. I miss you both and can't wait to see you again on the ring. Until then, please know that my love for you is as strong as ever, and you are always in my thoughts. I look closer at the drone footage of the ancient waterways surrounding Black Sand Beach. They were primarily used for milling. What's even more fascinating is the substance they were grinding. The millstones are coated in a fine white powder. I had it tested and turned to be bone dust, human bone. Why they were grinding remains a mystery. Ceremonial use, dietary supplementation, animal feed? I understand the company's desire to expand Omega deeper into the cave system. Still, there's no practical way of doing it without damaging sections of the excavation site. Do we really need a STEM station down here? These ruins are still mostly unexplored, but their inhabitants were remarkable, even from what little we know. Their technology was far more advanced than any other civilization from this period by hundreds of years. The historical significance of these findings cannot be overstated. They could change everything we know about our earliest ancestors. I implore you to halt expansion until we find a way to preserve the ruins. At the very least, allow me to plead my case in person when you arrive next week. A C-14 sample from the oldest milled bones have been dated 1650 AD. 1650 AD, and they had an underwater facility? Okay. Meanwhile, the structures themselves go back thousands of years. Perhaps the sample was contaminated? That happens so often. Like these You do your carbon dating, and then you just realize, wait, that doesn't make any sense, and that's because like new air has come in, and some of the CO2 did get absorbed, not enough to make it like the new data, but like some in the new date, but somewhere in between, and it, like this contamination, it happens so fast. Either way, we must keep the site intact until we understand what we're dealing with. The core samples were drilled at 5671 Hertz and 1.29 meters per square second. Indicate that most of the cave system comprises calcic plagial clays, cyanidine with augite, olivine, and small amount of lucite. This is unusual for the region, especially the ocean floor. The weathering further suggests that this outcrop was exposed to sun and wind some 2,000 years ago. Are we in Atlantis? Today my heart is heavy with grief. I received the terrible news that Yvette was tragically injured. The thought of informing Captain Cayne up top is just horrid. The loss is truly devastating, and that's why he wasn't informed. I found the critters that escaped from animal testing. They were breeding in the refrigeration tanks. I don't know what my colleagues were doing with them in the lab. Still, they should be more careful. Those things are nasty. Fluoroantimonic acidic blood. Fluoroantimonic blood? That's super poisonous. And yeah, it's acidic, but that fluoroantimonic is deadly enough. They're super poisonous. Got word of the base lockdown. Guess I'm going to be stuck here for a while. I'm not complaining. To all. You can't keep moving people into the temple even if the quarantine lasts only a few days. They are damaging an incredibly valuable excavation site. Please find another place to put them. Everybody has piled into the Prime Omega laboratory. My claustrophobia kept me out here. That's where the noise is coming from, where we think our friend is. That Omega lab, I think. Has been so tranquil. Where's everybody? The Deacon chamber alarm was going nuts. I looked through the lab door. It was piled high with congealed horses. At first glance, I could see something that looked like a gnarled tree with knotted branches and a twisted trunk. But upon closer inspection, its branches were made up from human arms and legs, twisted and contorted into grotesque shapes. The trunk was composed of torsos stacked one on top of each other, their eyes and mouths open in eternal screams of agony. The creature seemed to pulsate with life, its limbs writhing and twitching as if it were in constant pain. Every now and then a blood-curdling scream would emit from their mouths. I've collapsed the bridge to ensure it stays in the lab. Okay, the lab is beyond the bridge. Okay, this is a different lab we're talking about. Okay, I don't fear death, for I know nothing is left to experience pain once my mind is gone, but I would have liked to explore more of the world and uncover our shared paths. Alas, even the current project, which will take my life, remains unfinished. The many stories in the walls waiting to be told will not find their interpreter in me. There's comfort in meeting my end, locked up in a temple erected by a lost civilization. It is a good death for an adventurer. If you find this log, please have my body sent to the corpse ring for burial. I promised my parents I would return to them. The corpse ring. Great. Wait, we stay here in case he finds something to get. This is super hidden. Wow. I didn't even think about. Like, I did completely disregard the entire first part here after going through the first time. Okay. 1.29. You're too loud. And way less hertz, but we go over the 0. 5671.
Warning. Cayne, heavy undercentral apparatus 113A in operation. Operation should be conducted by licensed HUDA engineers only.
Is that so?
This could collapse the temple that the other guy is in.
did it. I got the drill to finish its run.
Still have all your arms?
Legs too. Looks like a cave on the other side.
That cave system will lead you to Alpha Base, assuming you haven't destabilized its structural integrity. It very well could collapse on you.
Bucket of optimism, aren't you, pal?
A radiant crystal embedded in the cave wall illuminates the diving suit. It has been partially subsumed by a rising layer of mud. A glance through the muck-stained faceplates reveals a decomposed corpse. However, the suit's watertight seal indicates death by asphyxiation.
There's a dead diver here. He died in his suit.
May his mind find the nexus. Does he have anything useful?
Does he have a battery for her? An empty hasbag. Fairly standard diver gear, never hurts to have some extra pockets on hand, especially ones that can withstand toxic spills and store acid. We heard about some acid. A hydrophone. An omnidirectional recording device, super sensitive and precise. Looks like it still works. And some aluminum welding rods. Several dozen aluminum welding rods were presumably used to maintain infrastructure. Okay, and what do I do with those? Thick dirt has slowly flooded into the cave, slowly constricting and strangling its interior, the space between the floor and ceiling having slowly but perpetually shrunk. Torchlight reveals hints of an open passageway, showing shadows dancing on the trail of mud beyond the bars of dropping stalactite. And let's read the PDA. Who are you? Roger Callan. We said Callan. He said Callan. Our friend said Callan is the vehicle that brings us out of here. Funny how seemingly insignificant events can drastically change your life. One moment I was pinging the ocean floor looking for whale signs, the next I was promoted. This was not how I expected my life to turn out. I had a mountain of educational debt and a miserable wife. I can still hear her voice. Who studies marine biology anyway? She repeatedly asked this question for 10 years straight. You will never amount to anything, Roger. I should have listened to my mother, blah blah blah. Well, look at me now. Professors, allow me to be the first to welcome you to Alpha. This is the first momentous step towards understanding more of our past and exploiting it for future profit. I am thrilled that you have agreed to join me and Cayne in this undertaking. If you have any questions, I am at your disposal. I've mapped most of the site already. I'm preparing to lead expeditions into the temple system, which I am sure you will both want to be a part of. Until then, welcome to the last frontier of planet Earth, our very own abyss. Okay, Professors Skullwalker and Chambers, which we have not heard about yet. Cayne plans to exploit the fauna here. The oceans are mostly fished out and seafood is a rare delicacy, but in this region marine life seems to thrive. I caught it. Stupendous, definite proof that something in this cave system is allowing complex life to exist and evolve over 20,000 feet below the ocean surface. It's beautiful. Okay, maybe not beautiful, it's a maggot. A particularly feisty one at that. It immediately latched onto my wrist and started sucking my blood. Predatory behavior means there's prey, which means there are more discoveries to be made. And it freaking infested you. Great. Professor Skywalker, I would also like to take this opportunity to express my admiration for you in particular. Your voyages beyond the outer rims played no small part in igniting my passion for exploration. I would love to share some stories with you over a drink perhaps, one pioneer to another. I've been feeding my new pet LJ from around the base. We've no shortage of the stuff. The little beastie's appetite seems to know no limits, and its growth rate staggering. I've been feeding my new pet LJ. Not my new pet LJ. My new pet is being fed LJ. That's what that sentence is. Okay. The professors weren't as keen to join my expedition as I had hoped. Chambers, I understand. I've heard about the side effects of a full body transplant. She's probably not as fit as she looks, and getting around in a dive suit is already challenging. Skullwalker, though, I'm disappointed. One of the last true frontiersmen of our time should be thrilled to participate in honest exploration again, or at least talk about it, but all he asked me about is my family. You may be my greatest hero, sir, but even you won't entice me into speaking about my ex-wife. There's not enough rum here for that conversation. I was so eager to see how large the maggot would grow, I began feeding it with my own blood. After all, that was the first thing it went for. I didn't factor in that its increase in strength has not been proportional to its growth in size. It appears to be developing a heightened awareness of its surroundings. Have you ever been looked at hungrily by a dog-sized balloon-like thing? It's even less fun than it sounds. To Alpha Base. Just wanted to say, should you hear loud banging in my lab, do not be alarmed, it's just an experiment I'm running. Everything is proceeding as intended, though I would advise against entering my work area without me, especially if you recently eaten chicken. Thanks. As the senior ranking member of this endeavor, I am ordering everybody to remain inside Alpha Base until further notice. Should you hear knocking, slithering, or any other unusual noise coming from outside, proceed to another part of the base. Just go to be safe, then call me. It escaped to the outside. Okay, and it's now trying to eat humans. Mr. Callan, while the board appreciates your enthusiasm for this project and your role in identifying the site, they would like to remind you that your job is to facilitate the research of Professor Chambers and Skullwalker and collect samples for our expert who just arrived on the deep-sea rig. None of this requires you to conduct your own studies. The research budget will not be altered, barring exceptional circumstances, so please focus on your prescribed duties. Found the little bastard. It burrowed into the sand and was catching small fish. It seems to have evolved into an ambush predator, like a bobbit worm. Incredible. The physiological and behavioral changes are happening right before my eyes. Mr. Callan, the board is indeed interested in this new specimen, but they must again remind you that your job is to simply retrieve new samples and send them to Deep Sea 15. Alpha is not yet equipped to study xeno life forms. Please consider your significant outstanding debts to Cayne and the fact that although you are separated, your ex-wife is still a shareholder of your debt as you are of hers. A spike in seismic activity caused the collapse of the primary ingress into the cave and trample structure. We are sending a drilling technician to widen the entrance so that supply shipments can be resumed. In the meantime, you are advised to implement a ration system and to reserve medications for emergencies. A fragile cave system isn't the best place to use sonic attractors, but how else was I supposed to attract larger fish? While the attractors were working, my new buddy managed to snag in a few juicy specimens. The sonic attractors also wrecked most of the electrical systems and distorted the magnetic field, which the walls amplified. Maybe this will turn out to be a blessing in disguise. The new larger entrance will be much better staging ground for expeditions. To Daniel Gunderson. I imagine you're a cut-to-the-chase sort of guy, so to say limited to 18 feet in diameter max, and go from there. With the recent collapse, that's the only way out of this place, and he took 20. And that's why it collapsed. Top. Report back to me on your progress tomorrow. To all Alpha Base. There's no good way to say this, so I'll just riff up the band-aid. We're sealed in completely. I don't know how exactly it happened, but Gunderson's drilling caused another cave-in. But fear not, we all know the value of our work, and so does Cayne. I'm certain they will spare no expense to free us. I'll just wait here for Gunderson to open this passage. Didn't check my gear before I left. Guess I never learn. Sheila would shake her head in love if she saw me now. Same old Roger, always getting ahead of himself. I wonder what she would say if she knew I named the maggot after her. Okay, the maggot is named Sheila. The little guy's got legs now. Many of them, as if it wasn't horrifying enough. I suppose if I die I can be satisfied that here at the edge of the world I brushed up against mysteries beyond my comprehension, mysteries to which I led the way. Only getting 1 BPs. 1 B per second? I guess they're moving the data receivers elsewhere. The Newman is not going to be happy trapped down here. I'm amazed Cayne would risk pissing that thing off. From Corporate to Ken, with deep regret the board must inform you that we have abandoned this forward operation. Please understand that this is not a reflection on your work to date, but the result of repeat violations by the Newman. The isolation of Alpha lends itself perfectly to the seal and forget procedure. The board asks that you pass on their sincere regret for these unfortunate events to the rest of the crew and thank them for their service. You will all be pleased to know that your hard work won't be lost. The construction of a new base has already been approved. In light of the above, we have released your ex-wife from her death. She will surely be in the Nexus waiting for you with her arms open wide. Congratulations and farewell. Okay, that poor guy was seared in here. Let's go to Alpha. Go faster, girl. A lot of stuff. Is that the freaking maggot? The draped stalactites suggest this area was one time a sealed cavern. The dried remains of ancient lava flow must have created a ramp-like structure, allowing access to an area beyond. Yeah, we can go up there. A sturdy bronze figurehead of an ancient galleon, arms splayed as if in reference towards the horror that nests below it. Yes. Imposing tendons of stone stretch upwards to meet a ceiling draped in a sopping mane of stalactites. The colossal mass slouches within the rocky alcove, its distended form twitching and undulating in the soft currents like a malformed water balloon. Though translucent skin, vague shapes of shuddering organs are visible. Tiny bubbles escape from the airness, while the maw slurps fluids from a rotting carcass. From the west, a wet clay emerges the skeletal structure of a gargantuan aquatic creature, stripped clean of flesh. The remains lie intertwined with other carrion, making it difficult to determine what creature these remains belong to. The big maggot.
It looks like, well, a giant maggot.
It has legs. We heard.
Oh my god.
Those are eggs.
Like this.
It laid eggs.
Dicet integrity compromised. Energy reserves below 10%.
I have to find some way past it.
The boneyard of aquatic giants is little more than a growing heap of relinquished scraps, discarded once their flesh has been ingested by the nightmarish maggot. I don't think it's a good idea to go this way. The plastic tube leads into a subterranean tunnel, the interior of which is ringed by wiring and oscillating lights. That doesn't look good. In or above? We need air. Above. No, in. And we are getting eaten by the maggot. That was a good idea. Death number 4. I think. Last one was 3. That was death 7. I missed 4 deaths. Great. Okay, so we go around and distract the maggot somehow. Can we take its eggs? No. Trench wall. Pillar has been splintered near its apex, a spear piercing the darkness beyond a tear that's rent through the ceiling. From above, a perpetual snowstorm of particulates rained us down. And some barrels. And the ancient galleon and some more debris. And a weird creature.
Oh my. It's amazing.
Is that what I think it is?
Like a toy.
It's a Spanish galleon. It must have sunk and crashed into the top of the chamber.
Not yesterday either. How old is this place?
Old. Far older than the ship.
Warning. Major structural instabilities detected. Use caution when working around this artifact.
Careful around that thing. Could dislodge really easy.
The deck looks intact. I'm going in it.
Charlie? Why?
I have the barest beginning of a thought.
This woman...
Stairs, old ship, some movement there. Inscribed slab. Inscribed. Exotic slab chunk lies prostrate in the silt, composed of peculiar materials and adorned with obscure yet intricate carvings. Okay, and we can go this way to some other place, or we go inside the ship. So we're going inside the ship. What? Okay, then we're going inside the ship this way. Yeah, there are stairs leading up to the aft of the ship. Go inside the ship. There is an octopus.
I'm in the captain's quarters. The wood is really rotten here.
Warning. Energy reserves below 10%.
You're running out of time, Charlie.
She is not the only one.
This octopus. An octopus captain. Okay. The albino octopus sits upon its self-claimed throne, its cataract-wrecked eyes broadcasting both a deep age and malice. Its massive sucker-bearing arms would crack open this diving suit while it ingests a salivary neurotoxin into the bloodstream. And we have a globe here. Only a planet covered in oceans of brine. Okay, go that way and try to approach the octopus. Okay, doesn't hurt. There's a globe. 2 correct but wrong plays. 1 correct and well placed. 1 correct but wrong placed. 918, nothing is correct. Why would I? Okay, I know this game basically. I know it with 4 things, but that should be enough information. Okay, in 603 we have 2 correct numbers, but all of them are wrong placed. And then we have here a well placed number. It can't be the 3 because it would have been right there. So the 3 is the wrong number. 6 and 0 are correct, and either 1 or 2. It is 2. This is 2. Yeah, fucking lag. Okay, the 2 is right there. The 6 and the 0 here. Already solved it.
Oh, what do we have
Condy's
here?
powder.
Potassium permanganate,
Oh,
a disinfectant, and deodorizer.
We could use a lot of that.
If it still has efficacy, it's ancient.
this reeks like a rancid diaper stuffed with fetid cabbage. However, there's no fungus that some good 300-year-old Condy's potassium permanganate can't kill. Potassium permanganate wouldn't look like that color after a few hundred years. It would be brown. It would be manganese. Would be oxide by now.
Amazing.
It is pretty.
Everything this must have seen.
Yes. Especially at the end.
N. Alexander, New Bedford, and started in January 1806. 1806? She said it's a Spanish galleon. This is 200 years wrong. And it's the wrong... whatever. We have potassium, which is one of the 3 ingredients we need for thermite. There's aluminum, there's the second ingredient. And we need the 3rd ingredient, which I already forgotten about. But this is our only way to continue. Okay. We're gonna dislodge this one of these stalactites and kill the maggot with it. Yeah, there's an old ship bow. The figurehead of the ancient ship protrudes forward from the bow. Its purpose of warding off bad luck from underwater spirits or violent creatures has evidently failed.
Warning. Major structural instabilities detected. Use caution when working around this artifact.
The bow of that thing could come apart any second, Charlie.
That's the plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Potassium. Potassium and aluminium combine. Okay, first of all, you. Eat that. No. You open the bottle for me. Okay. Was a good try. Then I think we want the aluminium rods outside of that thing. Aluminum, not aluminium. Okay. That's not how it works. Yeah, then I have no idea how to continue. Again. I don't know what noises we wanna... That might be interesting. Okay, let's look at that insect. Potassium manganate. Weird slab. Trying to box that. Acid in dry bag. A real hot potato. Need to haul this somewhere before it eats through the bag and starts burning into my skin. Eat the acid. You. Eat the acid. Works. It disformed the and broke her hand, and then air comes out. Great. Nice. Okay, that works. So the acid, together with the aluminum rods, and together with Condi's powder. I have no idea where to use acid. I think we're gonna hurl the explosive there, but for that we need to make the explosive. I have one more idea. There's never been a time where you can use one thing on both or multiple characters, but we can try to use the acid on the freaking thing and just kill it. Yeah, okay, didn't work, as was pretty clear. Record that thing.
I do not like these sounds. They are wrong.
The cries. I remember them from my fugue. Somehow.
Now we have them.
I don't want them.
There's one thing I have, which is making this go here. Fuck. Why? Make something attack that by playing sounds underwater? Ah, no. We had a microphone here. Okay, I saw the movement.
It did not stay long.
Perhaps it needs more motivation.
It did go there, but we need something. No, I don't want to walk with her again. It takes so much time. But I'm thinking to go to the suit where the body was and take a sample from that. Was there still dinosaurs and horses when that was made? Probably yes. I didn't try to take that apart. There's a lot of things that I can try to take apart. Yeah. Pile of rust. I put iron oxide. Okay. How do we combine that many items? We have iron oxide, potassium permanganate, and aluminum welding. How do we combine three things? Set that on fire. Will not work underwater. I mean, iron oxide will not burn. Ferric oxide, aluminum, potassium permanganate, and a lighter. And some acid. Acid, this. Acid, this. Acid, this. I have no idea what to do. Fuel up this. Fuck. Fuel up this. This. Like, make a thermite torch, basically, instead of an acetylene torch, which could work. Can we just put the ingredients down one by one? Doesn't look like it. Great. I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it. Can I use this now? Can I really not take the aluminum rods out? Okay. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Take that apart again. Nope. Take this up. I'm pretty certain I tried that. There is an idea of acid dissolving the scrubber. Doesn't work. Okay, we'll get another acetylene cartridge. Let's find somewhere to play it. Yeah, I know where to play it. That doesn't make any sense doing it like this. How else would we do this? The problem is I don't want to walk back. That would take an eternity. I should have just tried to snag a sample while I was there. Yes, I should have. I should have. And I need to redo that. That would take like 5 minutes going back there. I mean, we're certain we're done with that. So this will be pretty okay time-wise. I mean, not that it will probably not be useful. Okay, that's where we're going. Oh, man. Sometimes it's looking better without an interface. We'll need the interface back now, though. We're going back to the dead driver, and that's where I didn't try this. I'm gonna try everything here. Acetylene torch. This. Get sample. Great. I don't think anything will work here. Great. Good waste of time, but I double tried everything. That's good. There's something we need to do. Can we use any of the new... I have an idea with the acid. I'm gonna walk her to the left though. I don't want to do that like in the beginning of next episode or something like that. Have like a 2-minute downtime of moving over. So I'm doing it now. But my idea is acid him. I'm stopping while transferring the acid. Yeah, thank you for that. I just gave him the acid because I want to try that on the hinges that block the crane mechanism. So around the corner. Try acid. Okay, I could have just used the acid from the beginning.
Loud noises.
That does not look stable. I'd get across that fast.
Not sure if fast is the right approach here.
Bent beam and a chasm.
Oh, man.
Mac, I am glad you are not dead.
Thanks, Bear.
What happened?
Crane came apart behind me and fell into the breach. Whew. Barely made it. Not going back that way.
There is no going back.
Who are you anyway?
My name is Farhan.
Farhan.
I was a researcher here once. Long ago. Maybe. Things are still blurry. Strange. My head hurts.
And what? You think you're pinned under rubble? How about the rest of you? It hurting too?
No, I feel nothing. Nothing but my head. And I can't see anything. It's complete darkness.
He's
We'll
the brain.
find you. Just hang on.
He's the brain thing. Okay. That was confirmation. 2 more places to go to. Around or inside this compartment. Let's start by going inside this.
You are in Omega Lab, a black band restricted area.
Okay, black band. Shower head for cleansing, a doorway, decontamination equipment, gas container decontaminants. Then we have access and access, okay?
Clean room sterilization system active.
Biological enzyme dispersing system. Add a biological decontamination.
Liquid nitrogen decontamination in progress. No foreign contaminants found.
Okay, we are not contaminated, but we need. We can decontaminate a probe.
Insert biological sample for decontamination database.
Okay. Okay. We need first to tell it what to decontaminate. Access denied. Remote lockout. Okay. Good. So we need a sample, and then we can purify that sample with that machine. That's not how I would suppose that the decontamination thing works. Oh god, this is a big room. Pneumatic supports hold the upper lab aloft while growing flora slowly obtrudes around the structure's toes. The flesh and organs of the body have mostly sloughed away. A nest of freshly torn skin and fibrous muscle have been torn out and stretched taut against the obelisk as if to coax the rock and absorb the remnants. Great, and there's insects flying around here. And blue fungi. And a glyph, morbidly embellished with drying rivulets of blood, depicts abstract symbols that defy easy translation.
Cayne's reign.
Is that... Oh, are they?
I do not like this.
They were vivisected.
And displayed, I imagine.
Where are we?
You are in hell. We all are.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff. Weird grid. The archaeological grid sits above an excavated mass grave, cradling hundreds of skeletal remains. Okay, this is where humans were sacrificed to some kind of god. Two massive linters stand above the three obelisks meeting at one end. Adorned between them hangs a network of meat, shredded organs, and rent skin. Altogether ghastly, membranous canopy. There's so much other stuff going on. Let's go up here first. Some top, some bioluminescent source, the obelisk, and this is where we could continue upwards if we were inclined to do so. The pier torso, more stakes, a carcass, another obelisk, bedecked in strings of human meat, pinned to the rock with steel nails. The blood splattered suggests a pattern that is ceremonial in its furnishing. And we have a mobile science lab. Let's look at the science lab. Add stuff to receptacle. Not that one. Give it back. Aluminum. Added to recycle. Potassium. Aluminum. Potassium aluminum? And potassium permanganate. And iron oxide. Entry found. Thermite. Warning, exothermic reduction into oxidation when ignited. Combine. Yeah, we found our thermite recipe. This is a bomb. I admit I was hoping for something more explosive, but I'm happy as long as it does some damage and gives us a show. Yeah, I'll give it to her. Wait. Use the thermite on Seth. Use the thermite on Bear. Nope. Use the thermite on Seth. Okay, I think we used the thermite to blow up the ship to crush the maggot. Pretty certain on that. Let's go to Meg and use that last door. More. Some rubble. There's a pot, a small glass pot, a basket elevator of sorts hangs suspended from a cable running down from the carved hand looming above. In its state-of-the-art form is out of place in this chamber. Yeah, we can go further down with this. One fortress, some open palms, a hand, gargantuan stone hand, adorned in a variety of weathered jewelry, extends outward as if in supplication. The body to which it is attached appears to have suffered damage. A portion of the upper head has been sheared away. There's a security terminal here, but I don't think we can go down. Now we can go over here.
Never seen anything like this.
Me either. It's not like any culture on the surface.
It predates Western civilization.
At the bottom of the ocean?
It was not always at the bottom.
I'm not certain I want to go anywhere from here. So I think we use the security platform to have this connect.
Security system looks like overlooking the site below.
Ooh.
They must have recorded everything.
Review footage. Corrupted archives. Okay, only the last one. Enhance. Enhance. Play. Someone walked past with something in the back of their head. Oh, there's something else. And they went into the thing. I'm just pressing this button multiple times now, so that I can get... Oh, I saw something. That's the weird creature. Great. Trying to just stop at any time. What? Where did I get the wrench? One of the better improvisational defensive tools. Sturdy and carries a good heft. 44x. Okay. How do we go out of here? Entrance door override. Okay. Don't know what to do with it. I have no... I assume the wrench was somewhere around here. And I just clicked on the screen and something happened. But we should be able to get into the main part now. I hope I've seen everything on that footage. That is useful seeing. So we should be able to access now. Oh.
God. Cayne, damn it all.
Oh, God. They look almost...
Melted?
partially digested.
Huh? It's filled with biosampling of meat and jelly wall. So here we put that in.
Adding sample genetics to database.
And now
Liquid
decontaminate.
nitrogen decontamination in progress.
Okay. And now it decontaminated.
Clean room sterilization system active.
Didn't we yet now... What did we do? I decontaminated the room.
Clean room sterilization system active.
Still. Do we need to do
Liquid
that?
nitrogen decontamination in progress.
Do we need to do this multiple times?
Liquid nitrogen decontamination in progress.
What are we doing here? Blow up that thing then. Okay, no. We're still using that with her. I think we're done here. I think we're blowing up the ship next to get past that maggot with her. And that's a good thing, a good kind of progress to start the next episode with. I mean, I should try whether that works. I really should try whether that works. Get that thermite back. Let's just do that now. Bam! That's not how we do it. That's not how we fucking do it. We strap this on the scrubber. Ah, okay. Homebred thermite should be able to eat through most metals, even underwater. Yeah, but where here? Why can't I place it there? Where would I need that? Man. Okay, at least we know that I'm stuck. Better to find out now than later. But I think we're done with this globe, but you never know. Okay. Okay, we're done with that. The weird thing is that the whole sequence with the organic sampler didn't do shit. Like, that's the weirdest part to me. What did this achieve?
Clean room sterilization system active. Liquid nitrogen decontamination in progress.
Yeah, it's not like we can do anything here. Don't know what we would use the wrench for. Use thermite instead of acetylene for the torch. Okay. That was a good try, at least. Yeah, the problem is I need to stop recording now, and we're exactly at the stuck spot. Okay. So in tomorrow's episode, maybe I'll be starting at a completely different point, because I may move around and try to find something that interacts, and then I'm gonna start the recording. But like, I'm not gonna look up stuff again. The only thing that I can think about, that takes an eternity again if I do that. Let's do it. What I'm gonna try now is go back over. Ah, it broke. Okay, good. The only other thing I was thinking about was doing something with that insect again. But can we do something else with this?
Sterilization system active.
Ah. Yeah, I wrenched it now.
Warning. Liquid nitrogen overload.
Oh. I've gave it something to decontaminate, and then I blocked the decontamination.
The floor will be slick, Mac. Be careful with your footing.
And to the next room. Oh my fucking god.
Cayne's rain.
Are those bodies? It's a creature made of bodies?
I do not like this.
This place. It's just a descent into madness.
You are beginning to understand.
There's a lot to look at here. The pillar of floral cartilage enthroned atop a pedestal stands draped in a crown of mist. A odor of dirt and fecal matter rolls off from it as gangrenous bile seeps from its dew-drenched form. Blah. Okay, we're gonna look at the rest of the screen in tomorrow's episode. I can make out some noises, but that's great. I can hear human English speech in there. Okay, whatever. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow with more exploration of Omega Lab.